Hi, my name's Stephen Smith. I'm the director and performer of Man Poe. So Man Poe is a quadruple bill of Edgar Allan Poe pieces, which I'll be performing back to back in one sitting with an interval, and it's a marathon of the macabre. So I've always had a fascination with horror as a genre, horror books, classical literature, and when I was a kid, my fascination with acting and actors came about from watching these old horror movies, because back in the day, I'm talking like black and white horror movies, they usually would use the same horror actors to play all these different monsters. And I remember looking at people like Lon Chaney and Bela Lugosi, Boris Karloff, and thinking, wow, that's the same person as that dude. It blew my mind that someone could look so different. And I even had my own makeup kit when I was a little kid, and Halloween was the best time of year for me, even better than Christmas in a way, because I used to decorate the house and all creepy kind of stuff and dress up and be multiple monsters, and it was great. So this Edgar Allan Poe marathon is basically a bit of an ode to why I liked and still like acting, bringing about a variety of characters and being a bit of a chameleon. Yeah, Edgar Allan Poe is he's renowned as one of the pioneers of the horror genre as we know it, especially with his attention to the human psychology around the darkness within us, and how people can be forced to be evil and do evil things. Good people could do evil things. And yeah, he's a master of the macabre, and his words are so juicy and archaic at the same time. So these four stories in particular, they give you the best of Poe. Well, his darker stuff anyway. Poe wrote loads of stuff in all sorts of genres. But these, with the lead up to Halloween and with Halloween itself, these are going to be a great taste of what Edgar Allan Poe was and is. And anyone who knows these stories, seeing them memorized by an actor on stage and really embodying these as separate characters and doing the characters justice, I think is going to be really exciting for any Poe fan out there, as well as people who don't know Poe. It will give you all you need to understand really what Edgar Allan Poe was all about. Yeah, directing myself it's a challenge. I find it very freeing in one way, but also very uncomfortable, because I don't know if my gut instinct is always right. So with these four pieces, I am working remotely with some dramaturgs, some friends of mine. They're helping me on Zoom. Directing myself, I can do to only so much, but luckily I've got four fantastic dramaturgs to help me with each of these. I'm treating this like I would do a Shakespeare piece. The challenge with Shakespeare, of course, is because you're dealing with language that isn't necessarily used nowadays, you as the actor have to communicate these ideas, these thoughts, these feelings to an audience that doesn't necessarily understand every part of the dialogue, but without changing the dialogue as well. I'm using the original text as it was published nearly 200 years ago. So it's a little less archaic than Shakespeare and classical texts and Greek mythology is. So it's a bit more modern than that, but still there are some words where you're like, what? Obviously, he wrote them to be read as a story, as a poem, not necessarily to be performed as an actor, as a memorized monologue. So there's the staging element to all of these, and the sound effects, lighting, music, everything that makes a theatre show awesome. That's how we've adapted them, but in terms of the script itself, it's pretty much exactly how Poe intended when he wrote them back in the 1840s.